Good morning, guys. It's Cookode. We're at Union Station in Washington, D.C. And today we are riding the final run of the Amtrak AEM-7 electrics. Alright, guys, so we're here in Union Station, walking up track 14. The trailing car is number 10,001 Beech Grove inspection car, converted from an Amfleet 1 in 1984 at Beech Grove, Indiana Shops.
How did you know that was the Beech Grove?
Beech Grove.
Yeah, you saw it, or?
I knew it. It's distinctive. So we're walking up track 14. Here's Beech Grove, 82803 Amfleet coach. Here's the train pair runs. 82995, another Amfleet 1 coach. Uh, 82601, another Amfleet 1 coach. Probably, so I'm just going to read out the road numbers on the Amfleets now. 82603. Okay, here's another coach. 82991. Here comes an Amfleet 1 diner. A cafe. 43366. Yeah, we have to stick toasters. All right. Next is another coach. Amfleet 1, number 82673. Oh, you can see some Mark Kawasaki Bibles over there. Yet another coach. Amtrak Amfleet 1, 82724. We're approaching the toasters. 82807 Amfleet 1 coach, and here's the toasters. Oh, there's some switchers coming. More. Those good old sounds. Sweet sounds. 946 AEM-7 AC. And 942 AEM-7 AC. Oh, there's Amtrak 541.
Seth, have you ever been to that metro station up there?
942. So looking into the yard, we also have some switchers. 541, 793, 533, 597, and 796. One more view of these sounds. Inside of the cab of 946. Amfleet 1 coach cars.
The Espresso Dawn and driving all the way to Rhoda.
Beautiful.
You go, Judge.
Right
Right here.
Oh, there's. All right, we are departing Washington Union Station. We are in the cafe car. You can see in the Solar Express on the platform. She'll be looking out for other strangers.
Well, as we're on the move, good morning, everyone. Welcome aboard Amtrak's farewell to the AEM-7 locomotive excursion train.
Doubleheader ACS 64,
Bruce Van Zandt from
658,
Amtrak System Operations in Wilmington, Delaware. We've got a perfect weather day here to pay tribute to a remarkable landmark electric locomotive.
Got that right.
We're so glad you could join us today for this special excursion. By looking back, we can also look forward and do all that against the backdrop of the nation's highest speed corridor, the Northeast Corridor.
Mark Kawasaki bi-level cars.
today consists of 2 locomotives and 9 passenger cars. Restrooms are located at one end of each car. Our cafe car on the train is located at position 4 out of the 9-car consist. The rear car is the inspection car at Beach Grove, which is for staff members only. As our crew have completed scanning your ticket or a printout there, the ticket lift, you can feel free to move about the train if you wish.
Alright, so we are getting onto the corridor. This is going to be a nice day, and I shall be taking
Your ticket today includes a box lunch and a special limited edition lapel pin. We'll be giving out the pins at the time that your ticket is lifted. The lunches will be distributed after we reach Philadelphia northbound trip. As for our cafe car, we have snacks and beverages available for purchase. Cash as a form of payment is greatly appreciated. We invite you to visit during the trip today. As information, we will not be selling any alcoholic beverages until after departure from Wilmington Shops this afternoon, in the interest of safety and situational awareness.
Okay.
All right, first word and the last word today is always about safety, ladies and gentlemen. We in the railroad are obsessed with it.
MD-36, couple up to Amphites. Yeah. Okay. This is Ivy City, I think. Ivy City Yard. Some Washington Metro stuff.
As we're going by the Ivy City maintenance facility on the left side of the train, a quick overview. Our trip today will cover approximately 275 miles of the former Pennsylvania Railroad, currently operated by Amtrak. Included, there'll be some rare mileage over tracks that have rarely seen passenger trains.
New York to Pittsburgh subway. Oh, Superliner. Sell a set. Some more Superliners.
Scheduled running time is 8 hours and a half. There will be 2 passenger stops there. First, we'll have a photo stop at the Martin Passenger Station in Halethorpe, Maryland, just south of Baltimore. That's scheduled for about 9:45 a.m. And we'll have a passenger stop with a layover at the Wilmington Shops in Delaware. For a walking tour, that's scheduled for arrival at 1:15 p.m.
P42DCs.
We plan to depart Wilmington at 3:50 in the p.m. and return south to Washington, scheduled to get back at 5:40 p.m.
I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong side of the train. I took a video on this side.
Now,
So, here's some scenery outside of Washington. Just
well, folks, with the full passenger load this morning, a little update here. We'll be scanning the tickets and distributing the pins after we depart the Halethorpe station here. So, relax, enjoy the ride there. It's going to have a passenger load today here of 476 of our closest friends.
Yep. Fort Maryland, we're stopping out for the photo opportunity, and Wilmington we are stopping at for a tour of the shops there. It's another Washington Metro Rail.
That's the orange line.
Yeah.
So you're doing some work up in the station, so when you take the that way.
Yeah. So, here we got some more.
You guys can Carol, that's what you would have gotten.
New Carrollton. Let's see. Yeah. So now we are on the quad track, so we can see trains passing on this side. We're on the triple track. We are on the triple track right now. Or we may on. I'm definitely sure. We'll probably see Mark and stuff out this side. It's an amazing day. Celebrate the history of the AEM-7. There's the Landover Station. So, yeah. Here's the final time. This is Amtrak will be running on the corridor.
The Danube, between Romania and Bulgaria, the bridge I went over, that section's not electrified.
There's some
No, we stop at a station on the Bulgarian side for passport stamp, and then a Bulgarian
on the other side.
goes across the bridge.
With an Amfleet baggage car. Not an Amfleet baggage car. What is wrong with me?
Station.
A Viewliner baggage car.
On here to the left, and it's still not electrified. And then a Romanian diesel locomotive comes to us. And actually, there's a Romanian diesel all the way into Bucharest. But somewhere along the way, we picked up kind of electrified traffic again. Stayed with diesel the rest of the way.
So,
Yeah, I had 2 locomotive changes, 2 passport stamps over the course of 30 minutes. Because,
A little bit for you this morning about our excursion train by the numbers. Our train consists today, the length is 871 feet. That's 0.165 of a mile. Maximum height for the locomotives is 14.5 feet. For the cars, 12 foot 8 inches. Width of 10 foot 6 inches. The weight is 1,364,500 pounds, or in tons, 682.27. And the horsepower per trailing ton ratio is 29.12 for those of you who are counting. Heaviest car in the Transylvania Railroad, but predecessors, the Baltimore and Potomac Railroad, the Philadelphia, Wilmington, and Baltimore, and the Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington.
yes.
The town of Bowie was named for Odin Bowie, who was president of the B&P and the 34th governor of Maryland, 1869 through 1872. There is a collection of historic structures which form the Bowie Railroad Museum or Huntington Railroad Museum, worth a visit. Bowie.
So there is...
there's a spur that comes off of Bowie and goes all the way down to a power plant. Tell me now.
on Wilmington. Yeah. I think these are the Wilmington shops, maybe? The Wilmington facility. Yes, this is the Wilmington facility. Concrete ties. There's maintenance vehicles. And a Warm Railvac. Herzog coppers. Bells. Same thing with European buffers. And a bunch of other stuff. Shall continue. I think that was the turnout toward one of the old interurbans. And we're about to pass the station. Nice. Here's the Wilmington Mark Station. No one really there. And some rail fans. Wilmington. Yeah. I think these are the Wilmington shops, maybe? The Wilmington facility. Yes, this is the Wilmington facility. Concrete ties. There's maintenance vehicles. Herzog-Coppers. Bells. Something of European buffers. And a bunch of other stuff. Shall continue. I think that was the turnout toward one of the old Interurbans. And we're about to pass the station. Nice. Here's the Wilmington Mark Station. No one really here. And some rail fans.
The UK, we're about 4 miles south of the BWI Thurgood Marshall Airport Rail Station. BWI Airport was opened in 1950 as Friendship International Airport, renamed BWI in 1973, and more recently renamed for the late Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall, October 2005. The rail station was opened in 1980.
So yeah, we're coming up on 7. There's the cafe car. Slowing. So I think this is 7. Pretty sure, right? So I'm going to see if some of that data, there's a rail fan. I'm going to see if some of the stores on my phone for Wilmington, the photo opportunity in Haleford, and some others.
So we're coming towards the old Stony Run Road former crossing, which has been closed, and then the BWI station. While we are running slow, let me just take a moment here, kind of set the stage here, and have your attention, please. Because right after BWI, we'll only be a few miles from Halethorpe. So
there's that is Southwest 737 taking off from
time for a very important safety briefing for all hands. Now, those of you who are detraining for the stop, please make sure you have your wristband on and take note of the car number you were in so that you can return to it. Watch your step when detraining. Please be mindful of the gap between the train and the station platform. You may use the high platform, staying behind the elevator in the use of their facility today. We've got good support on site. And again, please just take your time, watch your step, be mindful of the gap, and take some good pictures. Enjoy the weather. Halethorpe be coming up very, very soon.
So we are now approaching Baltimore, but they're going to do somewhat a photo run by, but more of a re-arrival. Halethorpe. Coming up on that. We just passed BWI.
Hey, you guys. Put this on your table.
Over the stream. Yeah.
So you're getting off the re-arrival? The re-arrival? For this?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So that is the
Tapsco River clear, and coming up next then will be Halethorpe.
My front door.
Probably the final video I'm going to get of reversing AEM-7s. This is the photo opportunity at Halethorpe. .946 and 942. Oh, there's an AC-64 on either side. Approaching. Oh, that is a great horn.
I'm gonna walk on the bridge. All right.
Make sure my camera's focused.
Movie or picture?
Love that horn. $9.42. This side temporarily.
To Amtrak. GG1's unfortunately aged, and so a search began to find a suitable electric locomotive. One attempt was the General Electric E60, and the issues with those engines are fairly well documented.
Listen to the history.
So the second round came about through a lease arrangement to bring over some engines from Europe. One was from Sweden, the RC4 locomotive. We knew it as X995, and another one from France that was known as X996. The Swedish product, when it was here, compressed, turned heads, and won out. As a result of that came a licensing agreement between Electromotive Division General Motors and ASEA of Sweden. And the result was the AEM-7 locomotive. You can read a little bit about that on our information card there as well.
Alright, so I'm going to be getting video at this side for a bit now. I gave up my window seat in the cafe car,
So what is
and I only
ASEA?
have this temporarily.
Well, ASEA stands for Almana Svenska Elektriska Aktiela Bolaget, or roughly translated General Swedish Electric Company, headquartered in Östersund, Sweden. They were founded in 1883 and merged in 1988 with Brown Bavarian and Sig to form the fairly well-known EBB group, ASEA Brown Bavarian. Originally made electric lights and generators, and then got into all other sorts of electric devices.
So I may run out of phone battery on the way. If that happens, I do have some backup stuff. I'm on a camera, but I never iPhone. So thank you very much.
Yeah, record. I'll have to do last time. So this week, later on, I arrived at 5:30, and then used the so I have this new app on my phone called Hyperlapse.
Oh yeah, that's how you did the
It records I recorded it with the default thing, but now I've had a Hyperlapse.
And I'm sorry for not doing it sideways earlier.
Yeah. I I knew that drive.
So
Whatever.
there's the Acela,
I was wondering if I could maybe.
but I'm going to be doing it this way the rest of the way.
I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
I really need to start doing it more often, and that'll start with this portion of the video. I think we're in Baltimore now. Not sure.
I get out of work at like 5.
All right, for railroad geography here, we're only a few miles from one of the most significant landmarks, in some ways bottlenecks on the northeast border, and that's the historic B&P Tunnel, Baltimore and Potomac Tunnel. 7,669 feet long, opened in June of 1873. We are really plowing historic ground here. It passes underneath Winchester Street, Wilson Street, under the neighborhoods of Holton Hill, Madison Park, and Upton. B&P Tunnel is ostensibly 3 separate tunnels. The first part will enter Fulton Street, Gilmore Street Tunnel. Then the Wilson Street Tunnel. The third section is the John Street Tunnel.
B&P Tunnel is coming up as you
The
heard.
Pennsylvania Railroad 1916 through 1917 lowered the tunnel floor by 2.5 feet, and they electrified the tunnel in 1935. The tightest spot in the tunnel from a clearance standpoint is Pennsylvania Avenue, which is an open spot you'll recognize. In the late 1950s, the Pennsy further modified the tunnel for piggyback service and built a gauntlet track for 928 feet off of track 3, which brought it at 1.7 inches closer to the center of the tunnel. There were plenty of improvements in the 1980s under the Northeast Corridor Improvement Program, and the gauntlet track was finally removed in 2005. We've got a ruling grade of 1.34%, and we have a curve at the tunnel entrance for 40 miles an hour is booked, and speed through the tunnel is 30 miles an hour.
So we're going to be at another station.
Will be coming up
I think it's
very
Mark.
shortly.
Probably Mark.
Like every project.
Sorry, B&P Tunnels now. So these are the interior vans over there because I had seated in the window seat.
All right, from here, the next spot of daylight you see will be the Pennsylvania Avenue opening.
I'm sorry guys who like window views. I'll make up for it. I promise you that. Pennsylvania Avenue opening. We're back in the tunnels. I promise.
Now, in the Wilson Street part of the tunnel.
I'm sorry for the car.
burst of light right there was John Street. That's the John Street smoke shield. Smoke as in steam locomotives. This tunnel does date to 1873. And the next time we're going to pop out will be at the North Fork. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Charm City, Baltimore. Now, Penn Station in Baltimore was constructed in 1911. It's Beaux-Arts architecture designed by Kenneth Mackenzie Murchison. It was originally called Union Station from the Pennsylvania Railroad in the west of Maryland. That track that we passed coming up inbound was the former Northern Central Railway. The station was renamed Pennsylvania Station 1928. Coming up next year will be Union Hall. We're running basically underneath East Hoffman Street. And this is a 45-mile-an-hour tunnel.
Senior mark. A lot of mark. And this is the outside. Maybe there's some Sumitomo's with an HHP8 over here. Sorry for that on camera. More mark sets. With AEM-7 917 Amtrak. Mark service. I never knew 917 was working Mark.
Well, making 3 AEM-7s in one day. Left side of the train there, we passed the 917, which is being used in Mark service right now. And now we're Union Tunnel. 3,410 feet long. It was originally built by the Union Railroad. Construction started in May of 1871. The first train was in July of 1873. Total cost about $3 million. The Northern Central Railway bought the Union Railroad in 1882. Union Tunnel is actually 2 tunnels side by side. We have the original, which we're running, and to the north is the double track second tunnel that was built alongside to accommodate the electrification of the Pennsy in 1928 to 1935. This was originally a double track tunnel that was converted to single track after the new tunnel was completed in 1934. So, Union Tunnel, second of the day.
For some reason, this is
Good. Road. Bunch of other roads. This is around where, in 1987, the Colonial accident
The
happened.
bridge itself is about a mile long. As you've just seen, we are on the mound. Rotating center span.
On the Susquehanna River Bridge.
since 1906. And again, one of the most significant bridges. There's been a lot of meetings about potential replacements. So here comes Cameron Grayson, the Susquehanna River
Here's
Bridge.
the Susquehanna River Bridge.
Saying this about the Susquehanna. As you look at this river, most of that river is only about 6 feet deep. Center channel is 25 feet, if I recall. So say hello to Mother Susquehanna. What a magnificent day.
And that was the Susquehanna River Bridge. Alright guys, so we're here in Wilmington. I managed to get myself another window seat. So yeah, we're looking at Barclays stuff. We may be able to see some SEPTA now that we're coming into Wilmington. I don't think we're stopping at the shops now. I think we're stopping at the shops on the way back. If we're stopping now, then alright.
You're in the heart of the Wilmington waterfront right here. We have a beautiful river walk that extends for a couple of miles along the Christina River out to our right. We're coming into Joseph R. Biden Station right now, and as we come past the end of the parking structure, you'll see the associated brick office building that was built at the same time as the station is connected to it, actually. And the north end of that, the Market Street bridge over the Christina River, and Amtrak's National Operations Center on the right side of the train.
Scene for Amtrak. Bunch of waving people from the
There's
staff.
a chance to see the whole train for the left side of the train. Down below on the ground is the property of the Delaware Car Company, who do some very nice work there. Small operation in downtown Wilmington. We'll then jump over the river on a small bridge, which was formerly a drawbridge. And then shortly after that, we'll come by the Wilmington Shops on the right, so you'll get a look at where we'll be coming for the tour in a few hours.
Sorry I couldn't get any footage between the areas. There wasn't really anything interesting. But I promise I will keep this seat the entire way back.
You're not gonna get off? You're not gonna get it up?
So we will be stopping in Wilmington later, but we're about to get a good view of Wilmington Shops in a second. My phone's on low battery, so forgive me if I run out and I have to take some footage on every phone. Not exactly about to. We're on 20%. So we are still approaching. It's slow, but I'm pretty sure we're going. Here's the shops.
Coming alongside Wilmington Shops here, so check it out. It's kind of like looking in the window of a store before you step inside a little bit later.
There's an old. It looks like an old RDC car, but I can't speak for it. It may be an old Bud baggage car converted to container inspection. 2 AEM-7s. An ACS 64. Right, wait. Amtrak 723. 901. 929. $927, $920. Oh, There is a few athletes. Oh, they missed the deadline. 5:25. 1100. Ooh, Amtrak HHP8s. You may have not been able to see the HHP8, but it was out there. Amtrak Horizon Coach. A turntable. Wilmington Roadway Equipment.
Is this where we're stopping on the way back?
Yeah.
All right, as we're coming to the east of the shop complex, a rare mileage alert coming up here in the next several miles.
There's the bridge.
We'll get close to the Delaware River here at Fox Point Park at Bellevue. Bell was the tower, the interlocking tower.
We're sitting here because I...
Portion. Yes, I had to give up my window seat again. Sorry about that. I'll get a nice 12-inch shots.
Coming through Holly now, and to our left the highway is US Route 13. By the way, we're approaching Claymont, Delaware, the Claymont station, and Claymont is the hometown of, amongst other famous people, the actress Valerie Bertinelli. And this territory here, from a railroad standpoint, Claymont and the surrounding area, was where the Pennsylvania Railroad tested the first GG1. The unit at that time numbered 4899, later to be 4800, against the competing design that they were testing against it, the R1. And as luck would have it, the GG1 design won out, and railroad history was made where we are right now. So here's Claymont, and then in another mile beyond that, we'll be at the Delaware-Pennsylvania state line.
So we're approaching Pennsylvania.
At one time the world's largest constructor of steam locomotives. The remnant building is the large plus sign shaped administration building that will be on the left side of the train. Baldwin Locomotive Works also built some tanks, and there was an insourcing program that brought in Remington Arms, the name of the outfit was, who produced rifles for American soldiers in World War I. So all the Locomotive Works territory, and we're getting in a very dense population in Philadelphia, southwest suburbs.
Here again. Let's see if we can get a silver liner meet. I'll probably get it. We're in Philadelphia, approaching 30th Street Station slowly.
Hello, Car 3. This is Amtrak Matt. How y'all doing? All right. So, raise your hand if you aren't quite sure what's going on right now. All right, there's a couple, so I'll just make the announcement. We're coming into Philly where we're going to load lunches, which are provided by Jersey Mike's. They will come on a tray. We ask that you have your trays ready to hand back to us after we get around the Y, because we're coming back through Philadelphia on our way south, and we need to return those trays to Jersey Mike's. They wanted them back. I don't blame them, because that's what they do, and they need those, and we don't have any need for them. So we will then be heading toward Wilmington Shops, where we'll have a walking tour. And just so you guys know, the rear several cars are going to be the only ones that make the asphalt or the concrete platform there. So everyone in this car, once we get to Wilmington and stop and you're done with your lunch, will have to walk towards the rear of the train to get off and take part of the tour if you so wish to do so. But again, real quick, lunch is coming. We need the trays back when we come back around off the Y. Then we're heading to Wilmington for the tour of the facility. And there, if you have any detailed questions, because I'm sure there's probably nobody on this train that has detailed questions, right? Just kidding. Anybody in a white hard hat is a subject matter expert. So there'll be lots of volunteers, but anybody in the white hard hats, those are the guys that are really knowledgeable about that facility and what they do and the equipment that goes through there. So find them for your specific questions. And if you have any other questions, let me know. I'll be walking through the car and just grab me. Thank you.
40. Just like back at home. With a few Comet 2Ms, Atlantic City Line train. Comet Spectator car, of course.
Jersey Mike's. I don't know what exactly sandwiches are.
There's all coppers.
Good to see you. Yeah, thanks again for that. Yeah.
And we are stopping to pick up lunch from Jersey Mike's subs.
I totally botched it too. I was supposed to give
I will get video of the New York to Pittsburgh subway and Wilmington Shops. My phone is about to run out of power, so I'm saving it. Thank you very much. So now we're crossing the zoo and walking. You can see the engines. I'm not going to take too many videos to the New York to Pittsburgh subway. I'm sure they'll announce them online. But I'll also be taking Wilmington Shops videos. A lot of them. I'll get what I can on the way back to DC. Thank you guys. I believe it's the New York to Pittsburgh subway, which is rarely used now since zoo interlocking opened. We are in Amtrak, but I do not know if the Amtraks have ever been here. Probably have not. Keep Mary still up.
Coming through the New York and Pittsburgh subway. And on the backup move here as we're getting the train turned around. It was a route that some of the TRRs along all passenger trains that made their Philadelphia stop only in North Philadelphia would express right through here and not go through 30th Street heading out to Elgin in the west. Territory that was traversed by a lot of great passenger trains a long time ago. But
let me take the sandwich from you.
New York and Pittsburgh subway, and we'll come out style of interlocking in the west end with the complex in a position to come back east, or in this case, actually, just timetable direction east, and then if it comes south.
Originally, everything came into
Silverliner 4. Race Street Yard, some Metroliner cab cars, ACS 64, some Jeeps, and gen sets, and work stuff, P42 DC number 89. We are entering the Wilmington Shops. Sorry if this is lower quality, I'm filming off a second iPhone since my 6S ran out of power, my 6S Plus. Gonna be a few more things visible. 1:25 p.m., 82 degrees Fahrenheit. We are approaching the AEM-7 deadline. Very slowly. Hopefully it will pull far back enough that I'll get videos of the units again. If not, I do not know. Unit 901 coupled with a bunch of others. There's a Jeep ahead of them. .901 looks like the first motor on the deadline. Still with its feet, from what I can see, it still has a phase 3 number board. One of them at least. They're inching towards Jeep 723 and the AEM-7 deadline. There are some Metroliners out on there. Okay. So as we retreat, here's 901, the AEM-7 AC that is planned to be preserved for the deadline.
No, I don't like that. I think we need to move the checkpoint over here. Let's take this round. Let's use a little step.
Number 720. SW1, I think, 794. Oh, and a phase 4 Genesis. Number 828, P40 DC. Still in phase 4. Builder's plate. Not often you get this.
Is there a picture in front of it? I'll make a picture.
So,
Dash 40 BP.
yeah. So, Dash 40 BP. Right here, yeah. Or commonly known as the P40 DC. I think, I don't know, is that it's some kind of Pullman or Bud baggage car?
I would say Bud in phase 1.
Yeah. Well, it is phase 1 if you can see the faded arrow on the Bud, but I think that may be a Pullman standard baggage car. So here in Wilmington Shops, you get they got some Marcellas, they got AEM-7 905 and a few ACS 64s. Outside, they also have both P42 and ACS 64 veterans unit. Here you could see You can see two separated cell of power cars, which actually proves that some of them couplers can be separated. This is an EMD truck.
That's a truck frame.
This is an Alstom truck. Looks like it would be off the Acela. ACS 64 623. Is that there? More trucks.
Okay.
623 the ACS. And another ACS. Side you can see more and more trucks and truck frames. Also on the cellars. So talking about the chargers.
So we get big gray 6s and 6s.
So the final two stretches are here. Turn someone else.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just watch your step as you're moving along. Please watch the plate just ahead of you.
2001 Acela power car is right there.
We have
And
photos
you
from
can see its nose retracted. Here's 669, the second to last ACS 64. That is
which is the second. I can't believe they still got that thing shrink wrapped. Was
669, 623, and AEM-7 AC, I believe, 905. Maybe a DC. Not sure. You can also see 908 out. You can also see 908 a bit out there. But light is bad on the phone. I don't know for sure. GB38H3, number 524. 85501 Amfleet Cafe, P42DC number 96. I think that's a genset, or is it a GP15D? I'm not sure. 579. Continuing. Bunch of different things. Bolts. I don't know. Continuing. Pick up scrap. Metal only. Shop fully not scan. Exhaust fans.
Yeah, they're pretty good, yeah. That's pretty good.
FSC 58115. I think those are the top kind of roofs to the Acela. The Acela power cars out there. I'm not exactly sure what everything is around here, but it is nice to look at. It's interesting. Sorry for the hand on cam. An old Amtrak logo. And silver switcher scheme. Amtrak police vehicle. Another AEM-7. There's another AEM-7 over here. We'll get to it. Number 928. And the final ACS-64, number 670. Both coupled up to each other. Oh, there's a Horizon car. The one that they use for weather testing. Oh, and HHP 690. Sorry for the fingers on cam. 928 AEM-7. Sorry. The final ACS-64, number 670. Old and the new coupled. The cab of 928. Oh, there's more heritage units. There's a heritage unit up there. All right, 690.
So we shipped it from Sacramento. Right. It left Sacramento.
670. This just arrived here a few weeks ago from California. We see a retired HHP-8, now renumbered to 690 after the conflicting numbers. Let's see. So here's HHP-8 690. I don't know what unit this used to be. It used to be 660. So retired 2014.
How do you know it used to be 660?
Thanks to that friendly gentleman up there.
Oh, he told you?
Yes.
Add 30 to it.
It's because of conflicting ACS numbers. Here is the 80 tonner or the 44 tonner?
Presumably not.
1100?
Right.
Yeah. We have 145, the Phase 3 P42 DC Genesis Heritage Unit, repainted in 2011.
Yes.
And we have the ACS 64 Veterans Unit, 642, and the P42 DC Veterans Unit, 42, coming out. Heritage Extravaganza. AEM-7 deadline is visible. Beach Grove. The front. AEM-7 deadline. I'll get to that in a second. 642 ACS 64 Veterans Unit. And 42, a P42 Heritage Unit. P42 Heritage Unit.
No.
P42 Veterans Unit. Let's see. More GP15s and a GP38H3. Oh, Illinois High Speed Rail Amfleet 1. Yeah. Now we're coming up on the AEM-7 deadline. The total listing of units, I don't think 929's on here, but 908, 920, 935, 919, 927, 921, and 901. Oh, I didn't get a good shot. Okay. Here, I just listed all the units. Here is the deadline. So we're heading back towards the AEM-7 train, even though it's not over yet, because I wanted to see the Genesis unit, the P40 DC in Phase 4. Dash 8 40 BP Bobo truck passenger. Really shouldn't call it a designation, but it is an amazing unit. This is Amtrak number 828 Genesis P40DC. Still in phase 4. Alright, so we are now departing Wilmington.
The fact that he's thought about how to make something, how to put things, help him in another way. Which is the same thing like my model earlier. The planning out, putting things together, dealing with them. Train facts helps you in everything you do. So
We are going to be switched up onto the corridor now.
this summer I go on sailing in the Florida Keys for 7 days. On a 40-foot sailboat, scouting that's walking. So I told them I'd do it. I figure I'll never get a chance to go sailing in the Keys. Alright, moved the flash again, but it came down. Flash didn't really make any difference that time.
We're recording the entire way back. Well, most of it. I'll get points of interest. Switched and everything. Shevet operations. So the all I'm getting of the switching
Good afternoon,
move.
ladies and gentlemen.